Welcome back. Today's video is going to be my purchases from the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty sale. So if this is your first time to my channel, hey, my name's Adrika. I upload usually 3 times a week on this YouTube channel, every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday. I am trying to get back on that schedule. I kind of veered off for a little bit, but I am hoping to get back on that schedule really soon. So if you didn't know, the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty sale just happened in September. I think it was from the 2nd to the 22nd. That's 20 days. You know what? Whatever. It was in September. Okay, it passed. And from that sale, I picked up quite a few products and I have been testing them out this whole time. And now I'm gonna give you my little mini reviews on each of them. So it's almost a full face, not quite, not quite. It's like half of a face. But I will be giving a review on each and every single one of the products and swatches and everything of that sort. I did pick up multiples of certain items, so that is what happened here today. Yeah. All the products talked about in this video and everything else that is on my face that I don't show in the video will always be linked in the description box down below, so definitely check it out if you want any of the product links. If you like anything that you do see here, please make sure to subscribe to this channel and hit that bell notification so you won't miss any of my uploads. So without further ado, if you want to see me apply all of my purchases from the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty sale and give my mini reviews, then just keep on watching. So I didn't pick up any eyeshadow palettes or eye products in general during the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty sale. So everything that I have is face and other. So the first thing I'm going to start off with is the Too Faced Hangover RX Replenishing Face Primer with coconut water, probiotic based ingredients, and skin revivers. So this is a silicone free hydrating moisturizing primer. So it has that type of really light moisturizer type of consistency. The main difference between this and the Becca one that I love so much is that the Becca one has more of a slippery, watery consistency, and this one has more of like a slightly thicker, creamy texture. Now, that's not to say that this is heavy on the skin at all. It feels amazing on the skin, especially if you do have dry skin. This is gonna feel so good, and it's going to make your makeup just apply a million times better. It creates a slight bit of tack to the skin, which I enjoy when applying foundation. But so far, I have really been enjoying this. I love that it's in a pump, and it feels really good on the skin, and I can definitely notice a difference in my makeup after using this primer. So I really do enjoy using that product. I've definitely noticed a difference in my skin, but is it worth the $38 that I think it retails for? I don't know, because the ingredients in it are really good. It does actually have fermented probiotic type of ingredients in it, and it's just a very good feeling product. I'm gonna have to test it out a little bit more to see if there are any skincare benefits, but overall, in terms of just makeup, I love the Becca one, which is equally the same price. So to me, in my opinion, I would rather spend a little bit more on skin prep and foundation complexion products, but that's just based on what you like to prefer. So I actually don't have a foundation. I was planning on picking up the Laura Geller foundation that was on sale, but then I thought about it and I just didn't feel like I really wanted them or wanted to test them out. So I'm just gonna go back to a Holy Grail foundation. This is the Fiona Styles Matte Finish Foundation Concentrate. I actually did end up picking up a brush from the Ulta line during the 21 Days of Beauty. This is their Precision Foundation Brush, and I have been loving this product. So I'm going to be demoing this, not so much the foundation. I already know that this is an amazing, amazing foundation, but I'm going to be showing you guys how this foundation looks and applies with this brush. So actually a new product I have discovered is this e.l.f. little palette. I got it with the e.l.f. Opposites Attract eyeshadow palette that I'm currently reviewing, but this is so handy dandy. I'm always that person that's walking around with foundation splotches on the back of my hand, so this really helps me out. And I just like to pump the foundation directly on top of here and then pick it up, put it on the face. So I like to apply most of the product to the face, but then using the brush and the foundation, I like to pick up the rest of it using the brush. So you really don't take away much from your face. So this foundation brush is perfect for stippling and patting in. Look at how easily that just blends it out. And this is only one pump of foundation. It really makes the foundation spread a long way, blends it out so effortlessly. God, I can't speak today apparently, but it is so easy to just stipple, and you're pretty much done. There are no streaks, there's no caking, there's no nothing. This is a favorite of mine from now and henceforth. So for concealer, I'll be using the Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer. This is one of my favorite concealers from the high-end side of makeup. And I'm going to apply this using this brush just so I can demo it for you guys. So the main advantage of this brush is the fact that it is slightly smaller than other foundation brushes, and because of that, it is able to maneuver around the face really easily and also act as a concealer brush as well. So it's definitely a 2-for-1, and it will still maintain a great amount of coverage even with the concealer. And now for the under eyes, this kind of swiping and patting type of motion, I can get the product right up into the inner corner using the edge of the brush, and then I can stamp it all the way to the lower lash line and really get rid of all of that darkness. So like, look at that. Okay, so you can see just how bright and awake and gorgeous my whole face looks now. And now the next product I'm going to be using is a loose setting powder, and that's why I used my favorite concealer and my favorite foundation. So if you guys can see that anything is wrong with my complexion products, that it's the powder and it's definitely not the foundation and the concealer. So the powder that I'll be using to set my entire face today is the Cover FX Perfect Setting Powder. This is in the shade Translucent Light, and this little boy is really good. And if you've been watching me for a while, you know that I just recently got into loose powder, and that was strictly because of the new ColourPop loose setting powder that they just came out with. It was only because of that. That is the only loose powder that I really enjoy for my under eyes, but the Cover FX one has made it onto that list. Of course, this is like $30 more expensive, so you know, it's up to you. There's definitely a texture difference between the ColourPop and the Cover FX. The ColourPop has more of a thicker, denser consistency, whereas the Cover FX one is very light and finely milled, very airy on the face. There's definitely a difference, but I do notice with both of them that they don't take away the coverage, they don't cake up on the face, they just look very airbrushed on. So this one actually has a better packaging. I don't know if you can see, but there's like a cover with a little net, and God, loose powder will always be messy. But I'm just gonna be setting my under eyes using this powder now. And then you can see how much product I'm taking. And then I like to just stamp that into the face. I'm gonna do half of my face so I can give you guys a closer look so you can see the texture difference between the two of them and what a difference this powder really makes. You can see that this is the set side and this is the not set side. So it's a little bit more satin, a little bit more, you know, natural finish, glowy. And then this is matte, but not a flat, cakey type of matte. It's definitely a lot more skin-like than if I were to use, like, say, a powder foundation. Okay, so off camera I just did the bronzer portion because I don't have any new bronzer products or bronzer application products, and I just finished up my eyes for the other video that I'm filming right now. But now let's move on back to the face. So for blush, I picked up the Anastasia Beverly Hills Blush Trio in the shade Peachy Love. It comes with the shades Nectarine, Ginger, and Miami. So I really quite enjoy the formula of these blushes. They're not too overly pigmented. They are more on the pigmented side than they are more on the buildable side. They're definitely still buildable, but they're just a little bit easier to go a little too ham with. So what I actually like to do, all of these they come off matte on the face. Like these two right here have kind of small chunks of shimmer in them, but they don't show up on the face. And the middle one is completely matte. So what I actually like to do is I like to take my blush brush and just kind of just run it back and forth, tap off the excess, and then apply it to the face. And you can see that it is a very soft flush of peach, and you can build it up as much as you want or as little as you want. And it is very blendable on the cheek. It's not grabbing, it's not patching up. That's how I really like to use it. If I really want to get the individual pans, I can. I just like mixing them. So now let's talk highlighters before I move on to lips, which are the biggest category. So I ended up purchasing 3 different highlighters from the sale. I bought 2 Ofra ones. One is in Pillow Talk, which is the one I kept, and the other was in Rodeo Drive. And this is the Flash Jump, that's all it says. This is the Flash powder highlighter in the shade Jump. Now the reason why I don't have Rodeo Drive anymore is because it was way too dark for me. So if you are my skin tone, it is just a little too dark and you'll get that cast on your cheek when you're looking forward. But that's just me personally. I am quite a light skin tone, so I just passed it on to someone who could actually use it. And Pillow Talk is beautiful and stunning. That one had more of a golden hue to it. This one has more of a pink hue. Now you might be looking at mine and be like, what is wrong with yours, girl? What had happened was my cat knocked this off of my desk and then part of it shattered, so I smushed it back in with some rubbing alcohol. And unfortunately the same goes for the Flush one, except this one was completely shattered. Yeah, I smushed it back in there because these were expensive products. I think these both retail for $30-something or somewhere around there. So the Flush one is more of a satin formula. It's gorgeous on the cheek if you want more of like a, you can't even see that, what's wrong with me? It is more of that like glowy, sheeny type of vibe to the skin, and I will compare it directly to the Ofra one, which the Ofra one is more metallic and just frostier, more of that Instagram blinded look. So that is the difference between the two. Hopefully you can see a difference. I definitely can, but I personally really enjoy the formula of both of these. I have no issues with either or. The Ofra one can be a little bit texture enhancing if you apply a lot, just because it does have that metallic, almost eyeshadow type of finish. But the first one I'll be demoing for you is the Flush Beauty in the shade Jump, just because this is so natural and just effortless on the skin, and then I'll top it off with a little bit of the Ofra one. So I'm going in with my regular highlighting brush, and I'm going to start on this cheek and almost kind of buff it into the skin so you can start to see the beautiful sheen. I thought that this would be a dupe for the Amrezy, but it's just not quite the same formula. It is so difficult. Like a color dupe is easy and all, but a formula dupe, so difficult. But this one comes really close and it's beautiful on textured skin. As you can see, it just gives a very soft, healthy glow. So that is the Flush highlighter. And then I'm going to take a bit of Ofra just a bit, because this can get really intense really quickly. And I just want to add it right to the tippy top. I'm trying to pick up as little product as possible. So that is me highlighted, very, very glowy today. And now real quick, I'm just gonna spritz some setting spray before I move on to the lips. These are all of the lip products that I picked up this sale go round. I have 2 glosses from Dose of Colors. I have 3 liquid lipsticks from Dose of Colors. I have 1 Ulta Beauty Pat and Shine liquid lipstick, and I have 1 Tarteist lip paint. First, let's talk about the Dose of Colors collection. So I have 5 in total. I will start off with the lip glosses because I love the texture, the formula, the everything of these, especially the shade On Repeat. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous everyday creamy nude for me. And the shade Goals with a Z, it's kind of cringy, can be a little bit gritty on the lip because it has some gold flecks of shimmer in there, but the On Repeat shade is completely creamy goodness. I love both of these shades. I love the formula of this. It's not extremely long wearing because it is a gloss and it is more of a gel-like slippery gloss. It's not very sticky or heavy feeling on the lips, but these are so incredibly comfortable. I really, really recommend this. I would purchase these at full price as well. I got them, I think, for around $9, which was a complete steal, and I'm kind of sad I didn't get more of them, but these are gorgeous. Now, the Dose of Colors liquid lipsticks, on the other hand, are a different story. These are a dry down matte liquid lipstick. It is comparable for me to the Wet n Wild Mega Last one. The difference for me is that these kind of leave a sticky residue almost, like if you let these dry completely on the lips and then you just kind of like with your lips, it'll kind of stick. If you have a bit of lip balm on, if your lips are completely dry, it's less like that, but it's still just that little bit of tack left over on the lip. They are extremely long wearing, as is a liquid lipstick, and it is definitely more comfortable because of that kind of tack that it has than like a ABH one where it's just kind of crumbly on the lip. So I do have 3 shades here. I have Old Flame, Sleepless, and the shade Bury Me. These 3 are very unique shades for me. I definitely wanted to get some that I don't really have a lot in my collection. So the one I'll actually be wearing today, I think I might do Old Flame just because it goes with the eye look I have today. But before that, let me talk about the other 2 lip products I have left. So these are the last 2. The Ulta Pat and Shine liquid lipstick in the shade Milan is a glossy lip lacquer type of situation. It is a liquefied lipstick. It's not a dry down liquid lipstick in the slightest. It is a beautiful, like, opaque red gloss, which is what I wanted for the holiday season. I've been wanting to trick more into the gloss category. I am just slightly afraid that this will smear everywhere. I have not worn this yet, so I can't give my review on it quite yet, but I have worn it for like 5 minutes just to test it out, and it looked gorgeous. It gave me that glossy lip lacquer look. So I'm very excited to test this out for the holiday season. Now this, on the other hand, I have worn a few times, the Tarteist lip paint. This is in the shade Cheerleader, and this is a gorgeous formula. I don't know why I have not picked these up before, but this is a very thin liquidy lipstick, but it dries down completely matte. It doesn't cake up on the lip. It's not moussey at all in the slightest. It's just pure liquid. And it can be a little bit drying if you put it over dry, cracked, chapped lips, but as long as you exfoliate your lips, keep them nice and moisturized, you can even apply a lip balm, a light layer of lip balm right underneath this, and it makes it instantly more comfortable. But I really enjoy the formula of these a lot. So I of course want to show you guys the application of it, but I really just quickly line my lips with the Ulta Automatic Lip Liner in the shade Spice. It doesn't match the liquid lipstick, but I want more of like a kind of gradient type of look today. So this is the liquid lipstick. It has my favorite type of applicator, this kind of boot shaped, chair shape kind of deal. So I'm just going to apply this right now. Ooh, that is orangey. It's very orangey and peachy on my lips. So right now it looks a little crazy just because I don't really wear such peachy shades, so I'm going to blend it in with a little bit of lip liner. Okay, so I blended the liquid lipstick with a little bit of lip liner because this is a very peachy orangey shade on me and it looks a little bit weird with my skin tone. But I really like the way it looks right now. Okay, so here is the finished look using all of my Ulta 21 Days of Beauty purchases, and I'm also giving mini reviews. So overall, I really honestly liked all of the products that I bought. There are a few that weren't makeup, so I just want to put those in here right now. Well, there's actually only one, but this is the Blender Cleanser Solid from the Beauty Blender company. Now I got this because I was very interested in the solid cleanser, and I just wanted to use more like brush cleansers, and it was on sale for half off, so I was like, why not, you know? So this is a solid soap. It smells amazing. It has this kind of earthy eucalyptus aromatherapy kind of scent, which I am in love with, if you know me. So this was actually the best cleanser I have used for my sponges. If you didn't know, I used to clean my sponges using a oil cleanser, which was perfect because it would remove everything from my face and it would not leave any residue, except it left residue in the sponge, so that was kind of gross. And then I started using the Sigmagic foam, but that took 2, maybe 3 rounds to get all of the product out. That cleanser is much better for powder products or your brushes rather than it is for a sponge. But taking my wet Japanese sponge, running it along the dry solid bar, it took off everything in one single cycle of soap, and it was amazing because I've never had foundation just come out like this, and it was so quick, so easy. It didn't leave any residue. My sponge was squeaky clean. I even used these to clean all of my brushes back there, and it worked wonderfully. Everything was taken off so quickly. Okay, so that was absolutely everything now, finally, from the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty sale and what I picked up. So of course, all of the products talked about in this video and everything else that was on my face will be listed in the description box down below, so definitely check it out if you want any of the product links. I am filming a review on this eyeshadow palette that I'm currently wearing on my eyes, so tune in to watch that video. I'm pretty sure it will be going up before or after this one, I don't know. Check the description box, check my uploads, it'll be up there soon. I am trying to upload every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday, so tune in back on those days if you want to see my new uploads. And of course, if you liked anything that you saw here, please make sure to subscribe to this channel and definitely hit that bell notification so you'll be notified of all of my new uploads. I hope you enjoyed this video, and thanks so much for watching. Bye!